Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to part 2 of the new Chaos artifacts review. This is going to be for maxed out stats. The previous one I did was by looking at them while they were in the store, in the preview, and those were only level 1s. So now we're going to take a look at the full values at level 10, because they finally posted the official list. So this is going to just add on top of my previous review. So, oh, what did I do there? So if you haven't watched that one, please do so before watching this. And yeah, so the Chakra does it looks like a decent artifact, okay, but at the same time, it's not that much. It's not as much as you'd expect, because it's going to give you additional attack, and unless they changed it specifically for this one, this is going to give you attack out of your base attack, because that's how additional attack is calculated in Just 2 Mobile. So at level 10 it's going to give you only like around 4k attack, and if you got this at level 10 it's already giving you 30k attack, 32k attack. So 4k additional attack is not going to be that much while you are possessed. But again, in terms of healing, is going to be a good artifact, and in terms of Arena NCA, because of that purpose, you're going to upgrade it anyway, because it has high stats. This and the Trigon's power stuff. So overall, a pretty good artifact, though not as good as you might think. Power Staff of Trigon, again, I said about this that is going to be the most powerful defensive artifact in the game. And yes, it is the most powerful artifact in the game, most likely, in terms of healing and stuff like that. But yet again, it's not really a matter of having strong tank artifacts, because there's no game mode in Just 2 Mobile so far that really demands this. Oh boy, now getting into the Sword of Salvation. How many power bars do you have? I think you have 10 power bars. So this thing is going to give you a 60% chance to steal 3 power bars on successful swipe attacks, which means that pretty much you're going to have power drain on your attacks, granted you have the opponent's combo interruptible, and if the opponent is not combo interruptible, then you'll have close to power steal on basic attacks. But yeah, when it comes to the amount of damage that it gives you 15% for each one of the opponent's absent power bars. Yeah, it's going to add up to a total of 150% damage, though let's say 120 or 130, because that's where you'll be sitting for most of the time. And that's a huge amount, because it's damage, again. And in Just 2 Mobile, when it comes to artifacts and artifact effects, the thing that you're really looking forward to is raw damage. So because this gives you damage, it's going to be very, very powerful. You're literally going to deal double and a half damage just by having this artifact equipped. So yeah, it's going to be a very powerful one. Not sure if to the level of All Blade's powerful, but it's going to be a very powerful indeed. Okay, so this one disables a random special on tagging, and the other specials are going to have increased damage. Again, this is a garbage artifact, and it doesn't even increase it by that high. And if you get disabled the special that you want to do to deal damage, that sucks. I don't like this. This one, the Sword of Sin, again, we said that it's going to inflict some burning on you, and it's going to drain the opponent for 8 seconds. Bro, like, looking at those artifacts at level 1 and now looking at them at level 10, for a lot of them I was expecting far better increases in terms of their effects, and they are not that huge in terms of increased effects. But yeah, nevertheless, again, this is going to be a specifically useful artifact, because this is pretty much what's burning is doing is removing defense from the enemy. The power drain is also useful, so you can either use it to remove defense from the enemy with the burn effect and not worry about that, or at the same time power drain the enemy, or do both of them. So this is going to be a pretty damn useful artifact. Again, not something that you should necessarily prioritize, but a pretty good artifact. Philosopher's Stone is going to be total garbage. It's just a worse version of the Trigon's Power Staff, and nah, this is going to be a bad one. If you drop it, I'm sorry, but it's just going to be a far worse version of the Trigon Staff. And again, Trigon Staff is not that needed in the first place, but at the very least that one has high attack and health bonuses, and at the same time it's going to be pretty damn solid in Arena NCA. But yeah, it's Not really needed, but it's gonna be pretty good for that one. And it has max stats, so we're going to upgrade anyway because there's only 2 artifacts with max passive stats, so yeah. But it doesn't give you much. This is shit. This one is going to give you, again, the additional ranged attacks is going to be good only for the King special tree, because I think the game regards the special tree as a ranged attack, which is going to be good. Ranged attacks are unblockable, that's going to be 100% useless, and plus 75% on damage on opponents below 50% health. Again, this is going to give you a little bit of a lower damage than this overall, but it still gives you damage, so this... So far, in terms of what we've looked at, in terms of damage, this is most likely going to be the second best thing in terms of damage. Again, if you already have this, then you most likely have no reason to have this, now looking at it. But this is going to be pretty solid as well if you get it. This one, stealing some power bars, 50% chance to steal 4 power bars, or gain at the very least 4 power bars on blocking again. Something that I am kind of expecting to be useful on combo builders. And the amounts are not that highly increased, but yeah, it's most likely going to be good on combo builders, and we're going to see it here and there. Crown of Horns. Chance to power... Nah. Like, special damage is... Again, I have doubts about how this will be calculated, because it's calculated badly. And look, if you're not gonna give a 100% chance to resist power drain, then we got better artifacts to deal with that. And the additional special damage, again, not sure about how that's calculated, because it was wrongfully calculated on the artifact bonuses, so doesn't look good. And then the duration of buffs and debuffs on this one. Like, bro, those things don't look far different from the level 1 counterparts. And this is at the same time a good thing and a bad thing, because... on one hand, they don't increase much, so you don't get the full value. You don't get a very much additional value by upgrading them, except for the passive stats. But at the same time, this is great, because you don't have to necessarily have them at very maximum level to do what they're supposed to do. Yeah, this is part 2 of the artifacts review. Again, Sword of Salvation, most likely the best one out of those. This might be the second best one if you don't regard the tanky abilities of this. But yeah, those 3 are the best ones most likely. With this and this being the 3rd and 4th most likely. But the problem with this is that it's totally useless if you have this. But yeah, with that being said, this is part 2 of it. And I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry for... Like, dude, they literally posted this a few seconds after I uploaded my previous video. Like, come on, my dude. Give me a break. But yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.